So this past Sunday, we had our first skill builder night. We got to learn and then practice how to listen to a sermon. So I talked a little bit about the why we don't like listening to sermons and things like that. And it's mostly because, one, we don't know why sermons matter, and two, we don't know what to do with a sermon, or what do we do when we're actually in the service. So why do sermons matter? Well, they matter because they tell us about who God is and how we're designed to live. Sermons highlight the best story ever told. And I told the students, if you don't care about the story of the Bible, if you don't think that it's the best story ever, you're really never gonna care about sermons. It was fun because I read a bit from the intro to the Jesus Storybook Bible. And in it kind of talks about what the Bible is all about in sort of a more flowery, sort of more poetic way. So then I also talked about how to actually listen to a sermon. So first, you have to fall in love with the story. You have to be reading your Bible throughout the week to learn the story. And the more you know about the story, the better it gets. And then we talked about the Shema. So the Shema is a Hebrew word that means to listen, to pay attention, and then to act on what you've heard. So I encourage the kids to first show up expecting that you're gonna hear something from God. I think sometimes it can be easy to just complain because it's boring or not super entertaining, and when you expect it to be boring, you're gonna get what you expect. But when you come expecting to hear from God through this preacher, then maybe you're gonna hear something awesome and potentially life-changing. So part of it is a mentality of coming in expecting, but then also just listening, paying attention to what is being said. I also encourage them to take notes. I told them it's really hard for me to pay attention and to track with people, especially for 45 minutes, if I'm not taking notes. And then the last part is do something with the thing that you heard. So it's kind of a waste of 45 minutes of your life if you just listen and then don't do anything with the thing that you heard. So after I talked, I gave the students a worksheet that I created, and we sat and listened to a sermon from Pastor Brad using the worksheet to take notes. So this worksheet goes through, what does this say about God? What does this say about people? Is there anything I should do? Are there any questions, or is there anything that didn't make sense to me? A lot of the students were able to track with the sermon. They filled out their worksheets. So I'm gonna make these Shema Notes worksheets available to you guys. They're gonna be on the website for you to download and print, or we're gonna have a bunch available at the Welcome Center for you to pick up before you head into the worship service on Sunday mornings. My hope and prayer is that this is going to be a valuable resource to you and your kids, one, as they're trying to learn how to sit through sermons and to actively listen, but I'm also hoping that this is helpful for you to use as a discussion tool afterwards. So just asking them, what did you put on your sheet for? What does this say about God? What was your action step? Did you write down anything that was confusing to you or any questions that you had? I love you guys. I'm praying for you, and may the Lord bless your conversations and your interactions with your kids this week.